Hi guys, and welcome back to another Tech Minds video. So I just come across something quite interesting and I thought I would share it with you just in case you haven't seen this. Now you've all heard of FT8. If you haven't heard of FT8, then you're probably not a ham. But FT8 at the moment is probably one of the most dominating digital modes that we see on HF and other bands too. However, recently an experimental new mode called FT2 has been launched. Well, I say launched, it's kind of experimental. However, you can still get involved with it. Now, FT8 has a 15-second transmit and receive cycle, meaning it can take a couple of minutes to make a full QSO. Now, FT8 is quite special because it can decode down to roughly minus 20 dB SNR, which makes it absolutely great for those weak signals and all that kind of niceness when it comes to trying to make a contact when the conditions are really bad. FT2, however, its decoding sensitivity has been stated that it's around minus 12 dB SNR, so not as good as FT8. However, FT2 is faster. Instead of having 15 seconds for each part of the QSO, it's around 3.8 seconds, which makes it extremely fast to have a full QSO. It's roughly 4 times faster compared to FT8. So I guess you could class FT2 as a speed optimized digital mode, even though it's a little bit less sensitive. As I said a moment ago, it is still experimental, and there are actually quite a few people using it right now. It's even being reported to PSK Reporter. Now, if you do want to try it, you need to download a special build of WSJTX. It's called Decodium, and there's a specific website where you can go and download this Decodium software and a frequency file, a QRG, which you'll need to patch into it so that the drop-down list of bands is actually available for FT2. Now, we'll take a look at that in a moment. Now, this is Decodium 3 running on my computer at the moment. I'm connected to a ICOM 7300 Mark II, and it's decoding and sending packets absolutely fine. I've had a few contacts. I did start off on 40 meters, but there wasn't really much good propagation there. I could see lots of FT8 signals though, but on FT2 portion of the band where they've allocated it, there wasn't really any signals. In fact, there was actually some music playing. Whether that was to try and stop FT2 signals or whether it's just something coming out of Russia or Ukraine just to kind of spread their propaganda. I don't know, I didn't really listen to it. However, I did get some success on 20 meters and 10 meters. I did make a few contacts on both. And then I had a quick look in the PSK Reporter website and I was actually able to see where my signal reached in terms of being decoded. Now you have to remember here that because it's experimental, it's extremely new, there's not actually going to be that many listeners around the world at the moment. And if FT2 takes off as FT8 did, then we can expect to see a lot more observers, listeners around the world in the future, which will decode your signals and then obviously send them to the PSK Reporter website. So FT2 could be good for contests, de-expeditions, high-density band activity, situations where speed matters in terms of you want to have really fast QSOs. Now, it's not going to be ideal for weak propagation, marginal band openings, those very low power setups in poor conditions like FT8 and Whisper and all those other kind of weak signal modes, but it does actually going to have its place in the band. Now, do you think FT2 will replace FT8? Right now, FT2 is experimental. It requires a modified build of WSJTX to work, and at the moment, FT8 pretty much just dominates every other band for these digital modes. If you are really used to FT8 and those 15-second cycles for each transmission and reception, when you go and try FT2, you're going to be quite surprised to see how quick that full QSO actually happens. Now, if you already have applications like WSJTX installed, which I think is actually a prerequisite for this software, you have to check that because this experimental version is actually changing quite quickly. But as of now, you need WSJTX installed, and then you download this particular Decodium application, uncompress it, open the folder, run WSJTX, and then import the frequencies file. Of course, you still need to then go ahead and set up your audio channels and also your connection to your radio, which is quite easy if you've already used this software before. Now, if you think about it, the transmission time being just over 3 seconds each, you can get probably over 200 QSOs in an hour with this system as opposed to FT8. I haven't worked out how many it is in FT8. FT8 is a couple of minutes. You're only going to be talking, say, 30 contacts. So FT2 could be the new winner. But I guess it all depends on how good the propagation is. Anyway, that's enough waffle from me. Go and try it out, test it, see if you like it. I'll leave links down in the description of this video if you want to go and download it and try it yourself. Maybe I'll make a contact with you for 3.5 seconds. Till the next video, take care. We see you in the next one.